Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the United Way for the Manchester United versus Reading FA Cup preview. Joining me today on a nice old Friday night is the main man himself, Tom. How are you?
Right on yourself.
Good. It's the weekend, as I said. It's a lot of football on. A lot of FA Cup action. Hopefully, a few big guns get knocked out. Well, let's hope United obviously stay in the FA Cup. But I know it's not related to FA Cup, but it is related to a cup. What do you think of the game against Nottingham Forest on Wednesday?
Great. I mean, we all knew we were going to win, but I thought we played pretty well. Marcus Rashford, again, this guy, man, he is just too good.
I want to talk about him, actually, yeah.
Martinez was fantastic. Casemiro was very good. Like, the whole team played well in general. I mean, no one was really bad. But just... We all knew we were going to beat Nottingham Forest, and we did. And we beat them in style. Fair play, good goal from Fernandes, obviously. Beckhorst getting his first goal. Bit of an easy finish, but fair play, he got a goal.
Are we going to Wembley?
Honestly, I would be very surprised if we don't know. We're going to Wembley. Like,
yes,
we beat them 3-0 in away. Like, only remember at home we're it's like sorry, I can't speak. Old Trafford is an absolute fortress.
Yeah.
Do you think Nottingham Forest are going to beat us more than 3-0, or beat us with more than 3 goals?
Very, 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 very surprised. Like,
with a team, when you have Jesse Lingard in your team, you're not going to be winning 3-0 at Old Trafford. I'll tell you that. We are going to Wembley, whether you like it or not.
Yes, that's all I needed. I mean,
oh no, we're absolutely going to Wembley. I promise you that. I mean, even before we played them, and you were going to Wembley, everyone knew it. Yeah, we all said that's like that, but we did the job going 3-0 away from home. We are looking good.
Yeah. I mean, Forest did kind of get into the game, but they got that goal.
They gave us a decent fight, but nowhere near our level. Do they have the best centre back in the world? No. Do we? Yes. Do they have the best midfielder in the world? No. Do we? Yes. Do they have one of the best players in the world in form at the minute? No. Do we? Yes.
So just start. Honestly, Tom,
are levels.
Rashford's first goal, like, he just walked through them two Nottingham Forest defenders.
I'm going to say this now, and I don't care how people think stupid. If you're a screen recorders, put it on any social media. On current form, Rashford's one of the best players in the world. You're not kidding, in my opinion.
Ronaldo isn't to go. Messi isn't to go. Rashford's to go.
This guy, I was saying it to everyone months ago. Remember after the poor season he had last season, I was telling everyone, give him a chance. Let Ten Hag let him cook. Who was right? I'm just saying.
Only if I knew exact. You probably said it on nearly most of the streams last year, but only if I could find the exact one. I'll be on you, right?
I've said it a few times in fairness, but I was telling everyone, give him one more chance. He will not disappoint you. And who was right? 10 goals in 10 games. This guy is just running past friends like they're nothing.
Tell you now, you did. You were like, Ten Hag is Rashford's last chance. We still have Sancho to return, and if Sancho plays like Rashford is now, Tom, we're covered for at least the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Rashford on the left, Sancho on the right. I mean, when will Sancho be back? Hopefully soon. I'd like to see what he can do. He looks top shape though, Sancho. Photos, like, he looks. Well, listen, obviously I can't tell photos, but I meag Ten Hag isn't. He's not rushing him back. Let's just say he's taking his time.
And the thing I have to say for Ten Hag, I actually give Ten Hag full credit for this. I mean, obviously Sancho was underperforming. Obviously, he mentioned that he wasn't doing too well. Ten Hag let him have a good break and work on himself. Honestly, like, fair play to him. He dealt with the situation absolutely perfectly. It comes like sometimes mental health can get over you, and you can perform bad on the pitch. Managers don't do anything about it to make it worse. But what does Ten Hag do? Give him some time off. And look, I mean, obviously he's not back like doing amazing, but like, I rate what he's done. And obviously, even if Sancho comes back and he doesn't improve too much, you still have to rate how he dealt with the situation in the first place. You're helping him get back slowly, and you're not rushing him into anything, or you're not making it worse. Give him some time by himself. Then when he's ready, not when you're ready, when he's ready, you put him back to training, and then you get him back to some matches. You kind of slowly you build it up. Ten Hag, I like, obviously we all love this guy to bits, but like, I cannot like agree with him more with that situation. Absolutely spot on. got it top notch. I can't think of anyone else who would have done it like that.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch the highlights on Instagram, it was on Instagram or TikTok of me after the City game when Ten Hag came up on the screen. I literally turned around and said, it was emotional. I'd go gay for Ten Hag. I said it. I don't care. I'm not ashamed.
Well, listen, I can't blame you. Honestly, I mean,
I'm not ashamed, Tom.
The things this man has done to the club, like, unbelievable. I mean, this is 100,000,000% our best season since Sir Alex.
I mean, compared to last season, Tom. Last season, oh Jesus! Compared to last season,
that's the worst season ever. I think worst season we've ever had. I mean, last season we were terrible.
And you know it's a good season when you haven't threw any bottles yet.
Exactly. I'm drinking one right now.
Yeah.
But you see, we're that good. My room is in a good state, and the water bottles do not get thrown around the place. Like you see, look, this is what the club's doing to me. I'm not throwing these things around. I'm actually happy.
Yeah, and it's also putting us in a good humour.
Exactly, that's another thing.
We used to ruin our weekends, not make them, ruin them. Ruin our weekends.
And we go on matches confident. I mean, the players that we've signed, the some of the players' improvements, the attitude, all that. Like Ten Hag, honestly, he is like, for the fact we're only 6 months or not even that into this kind of work in progress that we're doing. The fact that we have gone so far as we have, that is absolutely unbelievable. Imagine. Do you remember after we lost 4-0 to Brentford? Imagine we came up to ourselves 6 months ago and was saying that we would be pretty much in a cup final and solidly in the top 4. We've got Marcus Rashford on world class form. We've signed Casemiro and he's absolutely unreal. Martinez is unreal. Some of the players, every player is at least doing pretty good. We've beaten Man City at home. We've beaten Liverpool at home. We've beaten Arsenal at home. The only thing to beat Arsenal in the league. We beat Spurs at home. Imagine.
It's funny though. Like you said, that if someone came up to me at the start of the season, like the way you said, Manchester United are gonna. Well, we are in a Carabao Cup final. Don't give me that shit that obviously I'll have a second leg to play. Don't give me that. We're in a Carabao Cup final. We're in a top 4 race, looking safe in that top 4 race. I feel, anyways. Rashford's going to be the 4. Manchester United going to be the 4. I turn around to you and I'll be like, "Are you stupid? Like, what? Are you okay? I'll take it off your hands. I'll snap it off your hands as quick as you bloody mentioned it." But if you said that to me, like, Tom, if you said that to me, I'd be like, "You're all right, Tom. You feel a bit under the weather." And if I said it to you, you'd be like, "I'd like it, but I can't see it happen."
Yeah.
And it's happened. We're only 6 months in to this project. Arsenal
we've gotten this far already. I'm like,
exactly. I can't wait for next season already.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, the glow up we're having and the glow up we're going to have is it's exciting. It really is exciting. And look at us, 2 of us now. If this was this time last year, we'd be all miserable. We're going to lose. He's injured. He's in poor form. He's fallen out with the manager. This, that. We'd be miserable. I'd be probably throwing this around the room. But look at us now. We're smiling. We're laughing. We're positive. Look at the turnaround. Just look at the turnaround.
It's mad how what football can do to you, isn't it? It is.
It really is.
It's not just a hobby. It can make you happy. Again, I'm not sure whether you've seen it. I know it's Arsenal. We don't talk about Arsenal on this channel, but it was just a fan that came over and he was like, Arsenal AFTV had up Arsenal helped him. It feels like he was he's in a depression stage, and Arsenal this season have helped him a lot. That's like us.
It's hard to believe how much football can help you mentally.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not going to go into full mental. I'm not exactly a doctor or anything, but you'd be surprised how much it can really affect you or improve you.
Yeah, and even if you do lose a game or you draw, you're still but we can bounce back. You're still positive. You know what I mean? Yeah, you might be pissed off, when you come on the post match, but still, you still have that belief in you, which is good. Which is good. Mo says perfect game for Sancho to get some minutes in. Hopefully he's available. I don't think he will, but listen, I'll read through a few quotes Ten Hag read out, but me and Tom just going through a bit of a moment there, a happy moment, Tom. I think it's safe to say, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Ten Hag's talking about Palestri. Uh, maybe potentially staying. He's good for squad depth, but when Sancho goes back, I don't think he's going to get game time. Listen, if you are Ten Hag, what would you do with Palestri?
To be honest, I think it's best we loan him because I mean he seems a good player, but at the end of the day, to be a good player, you need consistent game time, and he's not going to get that here with Sancho going back. So I would say send him on loan, then see how he is, see how he does on loan, bring him back up. He'll be back in the summer, and then see what to do with him then. Because he's a good. For little I've seen him, he's not a bad player at all. He seems a good player. But you got to give him consistent minutes. And if he stays with us, he's not going to get that. He'll get like 20 minutes off the bench here and there, even if that, and maybe like one start. Like if you want to become a top player that you need consistent game time, he's not going to get that. So I'd loan him out personally.
I mean, look at Amad Diallo for Sunderland, Tom. He's smashing it.
You give a player with good potential, a lot of game time in sort of a lower league. He's been unreal. He's one of the best players in the Championship all my life. He's been one of the best players in the Championship.
I know he probably won't be bursting to the team anytime soon, but Shortira's gone on loan to Bolton.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I've not seen too much for him, but again, good prospect, good to give him some game time, see how he does. No, right, that's a good, clever move, but like we just have to see. I mean, we have so much players, lots of potential. You just got to see how
Charlie Savage has gone to Forest Green Rovers.
Oh yeah, from Robert Savage's son. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, good get these players some game time. Got to see how they do, and just got to see how it works for development. Really.
Yeah. What do you know? Zidane Iqbal. What did you do with him? What did you do with Zidane Iqbal?
I honestly loan him out as well. I mean, it's the same thing with all the players. Player with good prospect. He's not going to get much game time here. I mean, maybe if the squad depth is bad enough, keep him just in case. But like, if you can, I'd loan him out. Get him some game time. Get him a bit of consistency. Get him a bit of a bit of a rhythm. Get a bit of a taste of what it's really like.
Yeah. 6 month loan or?
If we can't loan him out. If we can't loan him out.
How long are we talking? 6 months?
Honestly, it's the end of the season. I'll bring them all back in the summer, and then if you think they've enough development, keep them. If you still think they could do a bit more, loan them on again.
Yeah. I mean, they had a good pre-season, like Charlie Savage, Zidane Iqbal. The younger players, Ethan Laird was okay at the time. He actually would have been. Ethan Laird would have been handy now because Delaw is still out injured, which is a bit of a shame. But listen, speaking of Palestri, I mean, whoever's watching, let us know in the chat. What would you do with Palestri? Would you agree with Tom and loan him out until the summer, or would you keep him? But Ten Hag on Palestri. Ten Hag on if Palestri is likely to leave on loan this month. He says we put Palestri on versus Forest. That is a signal. So I mean, listen, I think Ten Hag is more than happy enough to keep Palestri. I mean, listen, I think, a lot of players have performed well under Ten Hag this season, except for maybe one or two. Martial's made a glass, but I want to talk about him near the end because I feel like Tom will have a rage or just, a few nice words to say about Martial. I mean, I'm getting a bit pissed off over these injuries, Tom, I'm not going to lie to
you.
Yeah. But listen, we'll go through these quick press conferences quotes and we'll get into the game. About the Reading game, obviously, he says we have always issues. But I think tomorrow versus Reading, we will have a strong selection for this game. We have a good squad. We can cover things. Good squad, but squad depth, not the best. But anyways, and then about being favourites on paper, he said, but that's on paper. Football is never decided on paper. We have to be ready for every game. Every opponent will be tough, especially in the cup for them. It's a perfect chance. We have to be aware of that beyond the front foot, focus and energy. Don't know about you, Tom, but I know you'd expect the manager to say this. He's hardly going to come out and say, oh yeah, we're going to slap bloody Reading out, but he just, he keeps a lot of things to himself and he still tries to stay humble. He doesn't try to get, oh yeah, we should have a good chance against them. He's just, listen, anything can happen.
Again, that's just proves how good of a manager and a good person he is. He's got an elite mentality, and that's the thing that lots of players and managers and people in general need, and they don't have an elite mentality. People with them go far, and Ten Hag has got a perfect one. He knows what to say. He knows how to say it. He's pretty spot on with what he says, to be fair, as well. Another thing, and also managers can say some things and be a bit confused, and they might say something a bit stupid. But again, it's a thing. Think before you speak. That's the thing that Ten Hag does, and cool as ice, composure.
Yeah,
He's an idea. Like he knows what to say and how to say it. Not many
that's it.
people can do that.
Yeah, that's
He
it.
knows what to say and how to say it.
Yeah, and sometimes he leaves things short and sweet, and it makes you think like, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by this? He leaves you thinking,
Yeah.
and it's like he wants that. He wants to leave you thinking. His answers are some answers could be short, but some stuff he says are just like, fair enough. I do find them interesting. I do. At the start of the season, I thought his press conferences were a bit all over the place, but he's learned a lot. I mean, I think he's like us, Tom. He's happy the way things are going. But then, like us as well, like we want more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But everyone wants more when your team's doing well. He also said we want to win every game, so we plan every game fully, and the next game is also the most important game. We have our ideas for some players. We are open for loans, but with some players, they are not. They have to develop first in our environment.
Exactly.
I guess, yeah. I guess he's talking about the likes of Palestri, Zidane, Iqbal, the players that we just mentioned. Would you agree with that? Do you think, I mean, if we don't loan players out now, we could see loan out players next season? Because it doesn't seem like he doesn't mind loaning out players, but he doesn't kind of want it in a way. Like,
you want to keep them, I know, because you want to keep them because they're a good player and you want to see them obviously like shine with us. By the same time, you gotta put them first. You gotta know what's and think what's best for them, not just for the club, for them as a player individually.
Yeah,
I think sending them out on loan until the end of the season is a wise move, and see where they're at the end of the season, and then maybe play a few preseason games, and then you kind of think, what do we do with them now? You gotta think of what's best for them.
right.
So you all put the player in a way. I know no players bigger than the club, but if you want them to succeed, you got to make clever moves for them, not just for the club.
That's
and
it.
I do think that London, most of them, if not all of them, out the ones that could do with a loan move to get a bit more experience, loan them out. Honestly, it's the wisest move, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Then squad depth is poor. So is he keeping them because he's a fan of the players, or
it's about the position, really. I mean,
yeah,
like Palestri looks like Sanchez will be back soon, so I doubt we'll need him badly.
Yeah.
And then, Savage and Iqbal, maybe keep one of them because we don't have much midfielders. I mean, obviously, we have Casemiro, Ericsson, Bruno, McTominay, Fred, we've got a few midfielders, obviously. Van de Beek's injured, though. And then, who else do you mention?
No big loss Van de Beek. I hate to say it, but he's no big loss.
Premier League isn't for him. That's
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, Premier League's not for him. It was an experiment that just didn't work.
Squad depth he's good for, but I reckon he probably would have started tomorrow if he was available. But just
but Van de Beek, he's just not. I'm sorry, he just doesn't. He's not a Premier League player. It's a bit too physical and quick, for him. Like he's kind of used to the passing and having lots of space in the Eredivisie and all that. But then when you put him into a big league, the Premier League, that's a real test for some of these players. And for him, he just can't handle it.
Yeah.
Not a bad player overall, but just
would you
Premier League's
give him
a step too far for him.
Would you give him another chance, another season, or sell him in the summer?
Get a replacement. I think for his own sake, we should just move him on. With all due respect, I feel sorry for the guy. He's on the bench, even when he plays. The Premier League is not for him. I think it's best we just say our goodbyes because he knows, we know, everyone knows. It's just not working. It's just not obviously he gives it all. He's not a terrible player. He's a good player deep down, but again, as I always say, the Premier League is just he just can't. It's just not for him. He just can't do it. And I remember we had all the fans going around about why he's on the bench, because he's not a Premier League proven midfielder. I'm sorry, he's just not you can see, and it's a thing with lots of players, Eredivisie players in particular. Anthony is one. I know a bunch of other Eredivisie players. They do well in the Eredivisie. They come to the Premier League and they can't do it. Brighton had a player called Johan Bash. He was he's from Iran. He was a winger. He was a top scorer in the Eredivisie for one season, I think. He moved to Brighton.
Yeah.
Guess how much goals he scored that season?
Probably one.
0. It
Zero.
took him a year and a half to get his first Premier League goal, and he was like 20 million. Anthony.
That's the thing. It's like with the striker situation.
Anthony, you gotta give Anthony time, but at the same time, like Anthony's not been great. Martinez has been good. That's what I'll give. Martinez has been splendid. Malassi's been decent. It's early days, but he's decent. Malassi, he's decent.
Yeah, he's just a job.
He does a job. He's not like there's better, but he's not. He's handy. Like he's not a bad option to have at all. And then Van de Beek just didn't work. I mean, there's a good few. Gakpo. No, I know. Sorry to say, Gakpo's only played like 3 or 4 games, but like you'd be interested to hear how Gakpo does. Yeah. And then there's a good few other plays as well. Like I mean,
Casemiro's just walked into the team and just said, "Listen, this is how you do it. This is how Real midfielders do it." You know.
Yeah, but he had good experience. So he played Real Madrid. He's won 5 Premier Leagues. He's played Premier League teams. You know, he knows the drill. He's done it all. He knows the drill very well. So
a lot of people was like he was coming here for the money, and the way he's playing and
he's 78 for a CDM this time of the season. That just shows how good he is.
The thing is, obviously when we signed him, I thought he could have gone for cheap. And then people like he's only here for the money. I've seen this man's passion. He's not here for the money. He's here to get back to some sort of top.
He plays like his life depends on it. That's what
during the game against was it Man City? He was hugging the Man United fans like I don't think he'd do that for money. Like you wouldn't walk in a shop and when a customer comes in, you go over and give him a big hug. Well, else you're doing that for the money, but you know what I mean. You wouldn't,
Yeah.
Unless you love the job, then you will. Ten Hag Casemiro loves United.
He does, so, it's a very lovable club. It's a very and that's the thing with Ten Hag and all that positive atmosphere. Did you see those fans? Those fans were pushing us on like that atmosphere. Like people are saying they've never gone to a game with the atmosphere that pushing on, that atmosphere that lively and electric.
You can only get that kind of electric stuff in Old Trafford.
Yeah, but no, the fans are getting behind the team more and more because of the progress we're making, and you see how much how better and how more it's getting way more positive. It's getting way more it's not toxic anymore. It used to be toxic, but now it's not. It's improved so much.
Oh yeah. And that's what we love about. Like I mean, another thing. There's a positive thing. Is the Glazers are gone. We'll have new owners. Better owners either before the summer.
Now we feast. Now we can cook. Now we can do what we've wanted to do since Ferguson left. Dominate. Yeah.
I mean, I still and again, won't be biased, but I seen a thing yesterday, where the Premier League needs United to be back at the top.
They do, and we will be back sooner than later. I promise you that.
He says. A lot of people are like, yeah, but you have Liverpool, Arsenal are back. They're competing now for titles. And
as Ten Hag said in his first ever press conference, or one of the first things he ever said since when he became appointed, eras come to an end.
Yeah, wasn't wrong, was he?
You see Liverpool mid-table, they're shocking. Chelsea mid-table, shocking. Man City doing pretty well, but they've got the money. Yeah, Arsenal are beginning to have an ear. Fair play to them. They're doing well.
One thing about Arsenal, right? I don't like giving Arsenal compliments, but in fairness to them, they're not an oil club, and they're top.
No, I rate Arsenal quite a lot. In fairness, no, obviously I hate to say it, but it's true. The improvements they made. I mean, the youth like Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard, Smith Rowe, the young players that have improved so much and unbelievable. Saliba as well. That whole team, the team they have now. Who would have thought after the 5-0 loss to Man City last season that they would be at this stage now? Fair play to them. I have to and they didn't do the oil, developing the players in the youth team, signing young players, giving them a good chance, and they're smashing it. They're absolutely just smashing it.
Yeah, and you need a manager that can bring good atmosphere. We have a manager like that, and so does Arsenal. You don't. I mean, money's all well and good, but. I mean, listen, I hope we might get owners to have a lot of money. But, but the problem is, there's a difference between United's owners and the Arsenal owners. That's the difference. The Arsenal, I know they wanted Kroenke out, but, Arsenal just, their owners are starting to back them. Like they spent like 40, 50 million so far in this window, and they might be getting Moises Caicedo. They got Trossard. They got what's his face?
I know what you're on about. I don't know the name, but I know the guy you're on about.
The defender.
Yeah, him. I know. Yeah.
And they have they put a bid in for Caicedo. That could be 100 million spent in this window, and we need to do something like that. But we don't have the board. Yeah, I know the club's up for sale, but at least help Arteta, Ten Hag, because Tom, we've talked about this many times. Squad depth can cost you, a lot of things. Top four, you're winning trophies because the games are coming thick and fast, very fast. I'm loving it, but
I'm just saying, I'll be 100% honest. We get a few bad injuries, we could be in trouble.
Casemiro, he gets injured, we're done.
Varane,
we're done, Tom.
Varane. I'm worried about Varane because lad, he gets injured left, right, and centre. I doubt he'll get injured at some point. Rashford. If
That's
Rashford, there's 4 players we're going to mention now. Five players we're going to mention. If at least 2 or 3 of these 5 are injured and miss a few games, we're gonna struggle. Marcus Rashford, not in order by the way. Marcus Rashford, Casemiro, Rafael Varane, Sancho Martinez, and Bruno Fernandes. Those 5 players. If we lose 2 or 3 of them at one time, we are in big, big trouble.
Yeah, I mean, look at the striker situation. Martial's out. Not quite.
Yeah, Martial's going to get injured, whether we like it or not. Weghorst, you can't rely on him. Like, he'll get a few goals here and there, but at the same time, you can't look at Weghorst and think he's going to get us top 4. He won't. He'll get a few goals here and there, but he's not going to do more than that. He's a limited player. He's a limited. Like, I know, fair enough, a lone player from Besiktas is exactly going to set the world alight or whatever, but at the same time, for a top 4 club like us, we'd want to be like, I understand why we got him. But if you're going to put your hopes on him, like, you're in trouble. Yeah. You're playing with fire. You're playing a very dangerous game, and you're probably not going to come out of it okay.
I just put my hopes on Rashford up top. And I have no choice. And you can see why as well, obviously.
Yeah, we have obviously decent players. Like, we have, like, Shaw and all them. Like, Shaw, Dalot, Ericsson, Garnacho. They're decent players, but are they going to carry the team from one-handedly? No, they're not. They need these class players around them, like obviously the Casemiros, the Varanes, the Rashfords, the Fernandeses, the who did I not mention? I said Casemiros and Varane. Martinez, that's the one. You need top class players. Like, some players to be top class themselves need top class players around them. It helps a lot, but we do have top class players in the team, and we do have ones who will be in the future, like Garnacho and Dalot. I think Dalot now. I remember saying this time last year that I didn't think he'd bounce so much because he was only a limited player. But Ten Hag has developed him so much. Look where he's at now, Dalot. He's improved so much.
Yeah. Look what Wan-Bissaka as well.
Luke Shaw as well.
Yeah, jeez, yeah. I mean, look what Wan-Bissaka. I thought Wan-Bissaka was dead. I actually thought Wan-Bissaka's career United was dead.
Yeah, even Wan-Bissaka's not doing too bad. That's the best thing. Even Wan-Bissaka's been doing okay recently.
Look at Fred.
I'm not going to sit here and say Wan-Bissaka's like world class. But he's not bad at all. I have to say he's not bad at all. Against Man City, he was actually pretty good. And like the few games he's been playing recently, like he wasn't the best against Arsenal, but like overall he's been pretty good in fairness. And he's not the worst. Like, he's not the worst, but at the same time, there's better, and we can do better than that. But he's not the worst.
That's it. Well, that's the thing. One injury in a key position. It's going to cost us. It's going to cost us a lot. You can't rely on McFred. We have, and look where we have come. Last season, I don't even have to say go back 2 seasons. Just go back. Let's go back this time last year. That'll cover for you. But speaking of players, Ten Hag said we have many games to cover, and we need players to cover that. When you play 10 games in 30 days, you need a lot of players, which is true. Every player you have, they have to come to you some stage. And about Wan-Bissaka, he says, I think Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Toro Malacia played magnificent in this moment on Wednesday against Forest. They were really brilliant, and the whole back four was brilliant as well. And then about injuries and that. Wan-Bissaka and Malacia though they've done the job when needed.
They're like, I'll say this now. They're good players, but they could be better. I think Malacia's underrated. I mean, the way he's dealt with some wingers like Mahrez against City, he's dealt with him very well.
Yeah.
Saka, he's dealt with some players very, very well. In fairness, that I thought he struggled against. Like Malacia, even Wan-Bissaka, he's been pretty solid. They're not bad players, but we could do better. But they could be better. I mean, Malacia is still fairly young, so I would obviously give him a bit of time to develop. But the only problem with Malacia's that bit small. Malacia's only 5'6", 5'7". I know he's at the fullback, so it's not like he doesn't have to be a very tall, physical defender, or whatever. But at the same time, being that little bit smaller like that, it can be a bit difficult sometimes. But he's been pretty good so far. He's not been great, but he's been good. He's been good. And he's only 50 million as well, which was pretty cheap in fairness. So
I think
he's doing good. But I think he can improve.
Didn't we rob him off? Wasn't he meant to be gone to Leon or something like that?
I think he was, yeah. Then we just hijacked it.
And we just went in, and then he came to us.
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't you not come for one of the biggest clubs in the world? If not one of the biggest. But anyways, I'm definitely not biased in there. But anyways, Diogo Dalot definitely out, and Luke Shaw is a question mark for the game against Reading. He says we have to see that after training. And then about Jadon Sancho, he is in training with the team, and we will see. So he's improving, he's making steps, and we will make the decision also after training. So big decisions to make for him after that game. And then again, I think they asked him because I actually watched it. So he's saying he could be back for the Reading game, and he says, I said he's on the way back, he's making steps, he's back in team training, and we have to see it when he's ready to go back into games. So when we talked about it at the start, you just, Sancho, might be doing all great in training, but Ten Hag just wants to see a bit more from him, doesn't he? Before I can say, right, come back into the squad, which I'm more than happy about that. But yeah, so we talked about who we noticed should loan in the window, transfer window, press conference quotes. Will Ten Hag, right now, obviously don't give me your predicted 11, but will Ten Hag go weak or go strong in the game tomorrow?
Both in a way. He'll definitely play some B team players, but then I think there'll also be a few strong players here and there just to make sure. It'll be a bit of both, bit of both. Some B team players, some first team players.
Yeah, I think we should beat Reading. Any team we start.
We're definitely beating Reading, 100%.
Yeah, I'm not even going to say hopefully it doesn't come back to haunt us because what you just said there, because we're at that stage now where we're not. I mean, I'm just trying to go through a few stats here. The last time we played Reading, we played them in the FA Cup in 2019 at Old Trafford, 2-0. And we beat them 2-0. 2-0, yeah. And then 2017, we beat them 4-0. And I think we've only lost one fixture in the last few years. Yeah, we beat them. We're a big, better team in this tie, anyways. So, and Reading aren't doing quite well, Tom. They lost 4-0 to Stoke. Stoke. Was it Stoke or Sunderland? Was it Stoke or Sunderland they lost against?
Don't remember. Well, either way, we should beat them. Absolutely no bother.
Tell you who it was.
I'm not trying to sound like offensive. I mean, I don't even know. I couldn't even name you a single player for Reading. I couldn't even name you one player for them.
They lost.
They have a called Allergia or something, or used to have Liverpool or something. That's all I know. They're a dead team. We will absolutely batter them. I am not one bit worried about them.
There's only one player I know. Tom Ince. And Jeff. Jeff Hendricks.
Paul's the manager.
Paul is the manager, and Tom Ince plays for them as well. And Jeff Hendricks. Jeff Hendricks in the midfield, Tom. So we're fine. We're fine. Jeff Hendricks is shit, isn't he?
I remember he signed for Newcastle a few years ago, but that guy, he's dead. He's dead.
Reading are 14th, and they lost 4-0 to 18th place Stoke City on the weekend. So, and Reading are 14th. So, I mean, listen, we played Burnley and they're top of the championship, and we beat them. What was it, 2-0, something 2-3-0, something like that.
Yeah.
So we should get the job done with that one. I mean, probably can't really find a solution, but if you can, right? If you can't just say, I just can't find a way. How can Reading beat United?
If they bribe us. If they go to whoever's playing in the defence, give them 100 grand, score a few own goals. Other than that, there's absolutely no hope. Absolutely no hope.
Maguire will do it for you for free.
There's more chance of Stevie Wonder successfully driving a car without crashing than Reading beating us. Don't you worry, we'll be fine. We'll be fine, don't worry.
The confidence is great, and I mean, it'd be weird if you didn't have confidence for this game against Reading. I'm gonna ask you this question before I jump into team. Actually, I'll do team news. Then I'll ask you the question. So, the United team news: Luke Shaw absent due to illness, joining Diogo Dalot, Axel Tuanzebe, Donny van de Beek, Anthony Martial, and Jadon Sancho on the sidelines. So that's our team news. Reading team news. Don't even know most of the players, but right back Kelvin Abrafa should be available again, but experienced striker Andy Carroll, the former England international, faces a race against time to be ready after hurting his ankle. Who else is out? Sam Hutchinson, Liam Moore, Naby Sarr, and Dichan Tetek, which is, no one cares about that. But anyways, will Pelestri start?
I'd say so.
Yeah. And while we're on players, Tom, just pretty previous flying. Predicted 11.
I think Jack Bullen's going to get the Noggin goal. Left back Malacia. Centre backs, I think. I for some reason think Varane will play. And I think he's going to be next to Harry Maguire for some reason. I don't know why. Just feel it's going to be that too. It's, right back on the slack, obviously. 2 GMs. I'd say it'll be probably Fred and McTominay. Because they both near them played against Fire, so it'll be 2 of them. Garnacho on the left. Bruno Cam.
Actually, Kobe Mainu, are we giving him a shout to rest Bruno and Ericsson? Just in case anyone had them in their position. He did all right against Charlton, not great.
No, he wasn't bad. I think he didn't play Bruno, just played safe just in case.
Yeah, he needs a bit more quality if he's going to go with a young kind of forward line, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, Bruno Cam, I think he's going to play Pelestri on the right, and I think Rash is going to be up top.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go Butland in goal. I hope he starts, see what he's all about. Left back, Malacia. Centre back. Ooh. I don't know. I don't know. I can't see him going with Maguire Lindelof. He could, but then if he's going to go Maguire Lindelof, then he's going to go Casemiro midfield because you just can't rely on McFred to do a job when you have Magaloff at the back. I'm gonna go. I mean, again, it might be a bit controversial, but Lisandro Martinez and Maguire. I feel like I don't know. I just don't know why. I don't know why. Could be wrong. Anyway, Wan-Bissaka right back for obvious reasons. The midfield, McFred. On the right, Pelestri. Cam. No, on the left, Garnacho. Striker. Striker. Weghorst. I don't know why. And Cam. Yeah, Bruno. A lot of people say just rest Bruno, but you could probably rest Bruno you probably take Bruno off early doors. Or you could play Kobe Mainu. Then if he's going to play Kobe Mainu, then he's going to start Rashford. Because you can't have Garnacho, Pelestri, bloody Weghorst, and Mainu. That is a bit, at least have Casemiro at the back there. I was meant to talk about this before I went into predict 11s, but what do you think of Rashford's rise to the top?
Just shows what he's capable of and shows how far he's come. From the first minute I saw that guy kicking football in Man United shirt, which was 2016, I knew this kid was actually destined for greatness. You always see these young players do well for a few games, and you think they're just like, you get hyped up and they just turn out to end up playing like League One or something, and they end up being poor. But Marcus Rashford has the elite mentality, the skill, the pace, the talent. He's always had it. He's had different situations to deal with, like the injuries, the racial abuse after the penalty miss. He's had a lot of tough times. But you get the right manager with an elite mentality to guide him. And he knew himself that he wasn't doing well. He looked at himself, I need to do better here. He was, even when the whole team was on holiday, he was still working hard to try and improve. Because he knew he needs to improve. And he knew Ten Hag was going to absolutely belt him around. And look where he's come now.
Yeah. See?
Marcus Rashford is destined to be a world class player. I said it, you've heard it, and it will be true. I promise you that.
Yeah. I mean, I remember you did a video last season, and at the time it was a reasonable time to do it. Rashford's fall of 21-22 season. Not sure you can remember that.
I do, yeah.
You did one about Harry Maguire as well, which every time I watch it, I just can't stop laughing because it was a lot more rage than talking about Harry Maguire. But I mean, you know, what more can you have than rage for Harry Maguire? I mean, it's like doing a video for Phil Jones. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how he's still at the club, but you know, Phil Jones. No one wants Phil Jones. No, even if you offered up, you know, put him up for free. Yeah, I mean Rashford, like, I mean, I think you said it there, Tom. A proper manager, you know, upped his game, realised that, you know, my time at United could be in danger here. And he's just upped his game. Best player. I mean, I know we have Casemiro, Martinez, but he's one of the best players that United team this season. Like, he's
second,
just
at the minute, I'd say second best at the minute. Casemiro's the best. He's second best.
Yeah.
He's the best attacker by a mile. By a mile, he's the best attacker.
Yeah. Do you see they were giving Casemiro to assist for Rashford's fourth goal? I mean, what?
I did. I saw that. Yeah.
Would you though? Because I think it was like in our half at the time. Like, I mean, someone has to pass the ball to him. So, would you classify as an assist?
I would, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, fair enough. Take what you can get. Do you know what I mean? Take what you can get. Do you reckon he'll continue this form into next season? Rashford and obviously Martinez, Casemiro, the players that are performing now, obviously.
1,000%. Unless they get a really bad injury, then they're fine.
Yeah. I mean,
unless they have a major setback, unless something just goes completely wrong, this form is carrying on for Rashford in particular. He's only starting. He's only starting.
I know. That's just what I love about it. Do you know what I mean? That's just what I love about Rashford this season and what Ten Hag is doing to the players that, you know, I thought would never have a chance to get back to some sort of their best. I mean, Rashford, you know, had constant injuries under Solskjaer and shoulder pains and stuff, and still played them. Ten Hag just gave him time to breathe. You know, I think he also went. Remember, during before the new season started, Rashford was all every time we went on Instagram or whatever, or Facebook, there was just always a video of Rashford running up and down stairs, exercising, giving it his all, training hard. So, you know, hopefully Sancho can have the same impact that Rashford has had. Because if Sancho comes back playing well, would even Anthony get a chance to really get on that team the way he's performing at the moment? You just don't know. You just don't know. But yeah, we'll get the score predictions there, Tom.
I'm going to go 3-0.
3-0. Yeah, goal scores.
I think Malassia's going to score. I just have a feeling like.
Yeah.
I know it's going to be a weird one, but hear me out. Just maybe I'll be correct. Well, Rashford scoring, obviously. Malassia and Scott McTominay.
Iron Brew. Jesus.
I think even McTominay's going to score.
Yeah. I mean, I might be a bit too confident, but I'm going 4-0 United. A bit too confident, I feel.
Well, it's a bit championship team.
But I'm going with me gut in this kind of situation. Not with me head, just with me gut. I think Garnacho's going to score. Who did I say? Weghorst to start. Weghorst to score. Oh God! No, Garnacho, Weghorst, Bruno Fernandes, and what if? Oh God! I mean, you went bald, so I feel like I have to go bald. Do you know what? Right? I hope. I mean, I'm not sure about, but I don't think Martial's going to back. But hold on, right? Bruno, just write down my Weghorst. I don't know. Rashford to come off the bench, score a goal. So. Right, I don't know what to go with me for to go score. I'm going 4-0, but then I just realised the team I predicted. I mean, you said Rashford to start, didn't you?
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna go. I don't know. I hope if Pelestri starts, I think Pelestri will score. I'll struggle with this. You went bold, Tom, so I think it's on your way for me to go bold. Jesus, can't believe I'm saying this, but Fred. I know you went. I'm not copying you because you went McTominay.
No. Sure, it's your prediction. Your prediction you will score. No, I can see that definitely happening. Fred's usually 2 goals a season. Now Fred can definitely score again. I think.
It's typical. I know it sounds, but I don't know. I mean, I want to go. I mean, I don't know. I want to go Pelestri. You see, me body's like go Pelestri, but I don't know. He'll have an impact, some sort of impact, but I can't see him have a major. Yeah, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go bald with you, Tom. I'm gonna go bald with you. But yeah, that's been the preview. I mean, I'm not sure whether it'll be the watch along or not. Usually I'm always on here knowing people's heads about watch along and stuff. But yeah, check out on our Instagram. Probably around 3 or 4 o'clock tomorrow. You'll find out there maybe. Tom, any final thoughts before we head?
No, I mean, winnable game. We'll win. Happy days.
Listen to him, everyone. Listen to him. Again, Tom, thanks for coming on this Friday night.
No bother.
And everyone else, enjoy the rest of your weekend. And speak to you all in a bit. Have a good one.